Question number 1 is, what is the SI unit of force? The answer is option A, Newton. Watt is the SI unit of power. Joule is the SI unit of energy, work and heat. Ampere is the SI unit of current. The properties of an element in the periodic table depend on. The answer is option B, electronic configuration. The chemical properties of each element are determined by the element's electronic configuration, and particularly by its outermost valence electrons. Electronic configuration means the arrangement of electrons in an atom shell and subshells. Who proposed the double helix model of DNA? The answer is option A, Watson and Crick. The Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1962 was awarded to James Watson, Francis Crick, and Maurice Wilkins for their discovery of double helix structure of the DNA molecule. Which pigment plays the main role in photosynthesis? The answer is option B, chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a pigment located in the chloroplasts that gives plants their green color, and it helps plants create their own food through photosynthesis. Hugo von Moll first discovered chloroplasts in 1837, but Andreas Schimper later named them chloroplasts in 1883. In which part of the human body are villi present? The answer is option D, small intestines. Villi are projections that resemble fingers and are incredibly densely vascularized. Villi increase the surface area of the intestines and help in the absorption of nutrients. In the human body, why does the digestive enzyme pepsin work? The answer is option B, stomach. Pepsin breaks down proteins into smaller peptides. Pepsinogen is secreted by the chief cells in the gastric glands of the stomach lining. Stomach acid, which is hydrochloric acid, converts inactive pepsinogen in active pepsin. In which organ of the body is insulin produced? The answer is option A, pancreas. Insulin is produced by the beta cells of the islets of Langerhans of pancreas. Insulin helps regulate blood sugar levels by facilitating the uptake of glucose into cells, thereby lowering blood sugar levels. Pancreas is an endocrine gland as well as exocrine gland. Which scientist discovered the piezoelectric effect? The answer is option D, Pierre Curie and Jacques Curie in 1880. These scientists demonstrated that applying mechanical stress to certain crystals such as quartz caused an electric charge to accumulate on their surface. Which gas is responsible for the formation of brown smog? The answer is option C, nitrogen dioxide. Which enzyme helps in the breakdown of carbohydrates in the human body? The answer is option D, amylase. Amylase is secreted by the salivary glands of mouth and the pancreas. Which type of mirror is used in vehicles for rear view? The answer is option B, convex mirror. Convex mirror is used in vehicles for rear view because it provides a wider field of view. Convex mirrors are also called as divergent mirrors. Which mirror is used in the headlights of a vehicle? The answer is concave mirror. Concave mirror is used in car headlights to create a powerful parallel beam of light. Concave mirrors are also used by dentists to get a magnified view of the patient's teeth. Concave mirrors are also called converging mirrors. Who discovered superconductivity? The answer is option C, Heike Kamerlingh Onnes in 1911. Superconductivity is a complete disappearance of electric resistance in various solids when they are cooled below a characteristic temperature Kamerlingh Onnes, who discovered superconductivity, was awarded the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1913 for his low-temperature research. Which vitamin is obtained from sunlight? The answer is option D, vitamin D. Vitamin D is also known as calciferol and is obtained from the sunlight. Vitamin D is essential for bone health because it helps the body to absorb calcium and phosphorus. What is Newton's first law of motion called? The answer is option A, law of inertia. It states that an object at rest remains at rest and an object in motion remains in motion at a constant speed and in a straight line unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. Newton's second law states that the acceleration of an object depends on the mass of the object and the amount of force applied. Newton's third law of motion states that whenever one object exerts a force on another object, the second object exerts an equal and opposite on the first object. In which form do we receive energy from the sun? The answer is option D, heat and light energy. We receive energy from the sun in the form of radiant energy, which includes both heat and light energy. In the absence of which gas does a candle extinguish? The answer is option C, oxygen. Which bacteria converts milk into curd? The answer is option B, Lactobacillus. Salmonella typhi is a type of bacteria which causes typhoid in human beings. What is the instrument used to measure earthquakes? The answer is option A, seismograph. Richter scale measures the magnitude of earthquakes. Mercalli scale measures the intensity of earthquakes. Thermometer is used to measure heat. Barometer measures atmospheric pressure. Hygrometer measures the humidity of air. Which gas helps fruits to ripen quickly? The answer is option C, ethylene. Ethylene is a natural plant hormone that is produced by the fruit itself to trigger the ripening process. Who proposed the uncertainty principle in quantum mechanics? The answer is option C, Werner Heisenberg. This principle states that it is impossible to simultaneously know the exact position and momentum of a particle. Werner Heisenberg was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1932 for the creation of quantum mechanics. Which element is considered the most reactive in nature? The answer is option A, fluorine. The atomic number of fluorine is 9. Fluorine is the first element of the group number 17 called halogens. Fluorine is also used in toothpastes. Which scientist gave the theory of photoelectric effect of light? The answer is option A, Albert Einstein in 1905. He was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics for this theory in 1921. Sound cannot travel through which medium? The answer is option D, vacuum. Sound travels fastest in solids. Speed of sound in air is 332 meters per second. In which direction does the Earth rotate? The answer is option C, west to east direction. All the planets in the solar system rotate on their axis in anti-clockwise direction, west to east, except for the planets of Venus and Uranus.